Well, everyone, I wasn't actually going to make a video about this, but there's been so much traction on the internet about it because Jillian Michaels, who I've actually had the pleasure of having on my show at one point before she got incredibly political, it was quite a conversation. I'll see if I can link to it in the show description below for you guys. But she decided to walk off the set of her own podcast, believe it or not. Why? Over the Charlie Kirk assassination conspiracy theories being concocted by, you guessed it, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Max Blumenthal, and many others. So they were brought up repeatedly during the show. And, well, good on Jillian for seeing it for what it really is. It's like, why do we need to talk about and promote these egregious conspiracy theories and these horrible lies that are being pushed to the forefront? And Jillian even says, I want to address why I chose to step out of the most recent segment of her take. I have sat through many conversations that were highly critical of Israel, and I've never shied away from hearing difficult viewpoints on legitimate topics. However, I do not want to participate in discussions that center on unfounded conspiracy theories that could inadvertently stoke the fires of anti-Semitism. I think it's dangerous, irresponsible, and not something I'm willing to participate in. I expressed deep concern prior to the show that with the other hosts, but when it became clear that the segment would proceed despite my objections, I felt the best choice for me was to leave the segment. And here is the segment that she's referring to.
Who used to work for the Iran-backed newspaper Al Akbar in Beirut and contributed to Al Jazeera.
Is, yeah.
Why is it every time we track down a lie, we end up finding people connected to Qatar or Iran?
There's no proof
behind
this ever happened.
So,
none.
Wait, how does that debunk the fact
so
that...
he just read it. And
where's your proof that $150 million was offered from Bibi Netanyahu?
No, I'm referring...
Where is the proof?
Please do not get angry.
No, because I didn't want to cover this, and you guys insisted. And I told you, you cover this shit, I'm going to rip you apart. Where is the proof?
We're not
that
saying that it
Bibi Netanyahu
We're really
offered
not
Charlie
saying that it
$150 million.
Jillian,
so we're not. So
what we're reporting on is
now
people in the marketplace, what they're saying. This is a discussion that's happening literally everywhere. We would be remiss if we didn't cover it to debunk it.
This conversation.
It's still,
over a week.
It's still pretty prevalent.
Is a week old.
It's still going on, Jillian.
Okay, well, nevertheless, where is the proof that actually
Jillian,
happened?
I just said, according to this guy's reporting, he was offered $150 million.
Okay,
that was
also corroborated by Candace.
It was corroborated by Candace, and not only that, by Nick.
And also
because listen, I like Candace. She has... People from his own team have said he has not seen her in years.
And yet last year they were on tour together. Last year they were on tour together. He bugged that instantly.
If you want to talk about people on his team,
time they've been on camera together was
Andrew, his press...
No, it was last year. They have a tour together.
Okay, everybody on his team
let's just calm down
has
for a second.
subsequently said this is not true.
No, they never,
Colvin, Eric Bolling, all of them were like, yeah.
Okay, Eric Bolling thought that he had two daughters. Okay, so I'm not going to...
Okay, Andrew Colvin? The narrative is not true. Charlie has a cordial relationship with Ackman. There's no blackmail, no intervention. Nothing like what Candace is suggesting.
That same Andrew said that Candace and Charlie remained friends. I just want to make sure.
He's saying this is not true.
But they were literally touring together last year.
Nothing like what Candace is suggesting. What does it have to do with their friendship?
What does it have to do with...
What does that have to do with their friendship? He's saying what Candace is suggesting...
I can't engage with you if you don't calm down.
He is saying what Candace is suggesting is not true.
He's talking about her suggesting that Israel killed him. We're talking about the 100... Please do not conflate the two because they're completely
unilaterally across the board now, we've got multiple accusations that all pile up to the same exact...
No, I think it's the furries. It's the furries. I think it's the furries. But a lot of people...
I don't know, and I don't... Look,
there's
for those who are
zero
saying...
evidence to suggest none.
Okay, you're saying...
Guys, can we just stop for a second? This is ridiculous.
This is absurd.
Like, this whole thing is ridiculous. There are two things being conflated right now. There are conspiracy theorists who think Israel killed Charlie Kirk. They have yet to provide a shred of evidence proving that. Done. End of story.
We're not talking about that today.
I am talking about something entirely
different.
talking
about
no,
that.
we're not. Hold on. Let me finish my thought. Okay? The real issue here is that before most people even knew that Charlie Kirk was dead, you have Netanyahu giving multiple interviews talking about how, using the moment for his own political purposes, like the
That's totally different.
Let me finish my point.
Than him killing Charlie Kirk.
Did I not just
said that.
I literally
so now we're just going to make
Let me finish my point, Jillian, because none of us can finish the damn point without someone else jumping down your throat. I don't think that Israel killed him because there's no evidence of that. But I had a problem with Netanyahu exploiting an assassination in this country for his own political means and purposes and lying about the nature of his relationship with Charlie Kirk. Because Charlie Kirk didn't like Netanyahu, just like any warm-blooded American shouldn't. Netanyahu is a bad guy. And he wanted to make it seem like, no, we were all great. We were good. We had a great relationship. Little did we know behind the scenes, there was a lot of pressure towards
ends up
Netanyahu.
being about how do we bash Israel. This is not for me. I'm not interested in this.
Okay,
I love
I
you
know.
guys. I'm sorry.
Let's be good. Let's be good about precious
interest
Israel. Let the country committee decide. Yeah. Okay.
Zero. I think you guys are great. I fundamentally disagree with you about like every show doing this. I'm sorry.
Cool. So can we continue the conversation?
Yeah, let's not.
Okay.
Finish the last topic.
All right.
All right.
Wow. Okay, guys. So, again, to clarify, I don't think Israel did it. And you want to know what's crazy is the person who is labeled the #1 anti-Semite out there, who has been anti-Semitic for the last 10 years, Nicholas Fuentes, has come out and said there is no evidence that suggests that Israel did it. And that's what I was literally just about to show.
No one on the show is saying that.
We can play that, please, really quick. Guys, thank you.
Firstly, what a... I could have used the word there, but I'm not going to use it because then I probably need to censor myself for using it. But I mean, good on Jillian. Like, she's right. The thing that she said at the end, like, most of the time it's just the bash Israel kind of take. And I mean, you got Anna Kasparian, who you guys know my thoughts on Anna Kasparian. She hates Israel. That's clear. She thinks that Israel is committing a genocide. She seems to put words in Charlie Kirk's mouth. Apparently, Charlie Kirk didn't like Bibi Netanyahu, even though he wrote Bibi Netanyahu a letter. So seems like, why would someone that didn't like someone write them a letter showing their support of that? But nevertheless, like this conversation that I was watching, I'm like, goodness me, this is just all over the place. I couldn't, like, they're talking about a number of different things. Firstly, the accusation, $150 million that Bibi Netanyahu supposedly offered Charlie Kirk. That's been proven not right at all. He wasn't offered that amount of money. Andrew Colvert came out and said that that's not true. But you got Max Blumenthal saying no one pushed that narrative, which is Max was the one that actually pushed it, and Candace Owens was the one that amplified it to the max. Say that. How about that? And that was part of it. Then also saying, like, the allegations of, like, Israel being involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination, no basis in that. So there's lots of different things. And then also they bring up Bibi Netanyahu supposedly using it for political clout and political gain, all that sort of stuff, which, again, is simply not true. See, the thing is, even though Charlie Kirk was killed by a radical leftist, loads of people seem to make the accusation that Israel was involved. And as a result, Bibi had to get up and defend. See, Bibi didn't, shouldn't have had to, but because you're making a massive allegation like that, which is amplified on the internet, and reporters were getting wind of it and asking him the question, he felt like he had no other option than to go, we did not do this. We've got to address it. But, nowadays people seem to think that if you do address it and you do deny it, it means you're guilty. Like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, kind of thing. So I think what Jillian did was the right course of action, because it wasn't a debate. It was already a debunked conspiracy theory that was going around. And Jillian has no time for conspiracy theories, no time to talk with dingbats like Anna Kasparian and the other two women, don't even know their names. But, it seems rather interesting how you have Jillian that decided to take a stance. And I'm glad that she did. I think what she did was fantastic. I wouldn't have stayed there. There's no point in staying there because, well, where do you go? Like, you just got these women that seem to think, like Anna, seem to think that Bibi Netanyahu is like the devil incarnate, and he's the most horrible person on the face of the earth, and Israel is the worst country on the face of the earth. Any surprise? Like, it's so easy to bash Israel now. It's so easy, and Anna is very, very good at it. Very good at it. Even though a lot of the stuff that she says are downright lies and hateful, and she's part of the problem with demonizing Israel. But anyway, Anna goes, not only did no one insinuate that Israel killed Kirk, that people were alluding to it anyway, it was repeated that none of us thought so over and over and over again. She had a problem with Americans on an American show criticizing Israel. As long as my country borrows money and continues to blow up our debt to pay for Israel's endless multi-front wars, I will air my thoughts when it. What, man? Why don't you talk about how much money and how much aid your country is sending to Ukraine, for one? Or it's different. Oh, because Israel, we can't do that. We can't help out our ally in the Middle East. We can't do that at all. Like, goodness me. But anyway, I seem to think that, like, the initial part of it was just women talking very, very loudly at each other, and not much was being said except from Jillian. Like, Jillian was going, I didn't want to talk about this, but okay, here we are. I'm going to obliterate you all, and then just decided, you know what, there's no point in continuing this. I'm out. See yous. Good on her. Like, not every show or conversation needs to be constantly bashing Israel. It's lazy, and it's so easy to do. But it just shows that you've got no intelligence whatsoever, because you've chosen the easy thing. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.